Hello and welcome back to our channel. So today we will going to discuss about chapter number 4 of geography, that is industries. So let's begin our session. Now what is an industry? Class, in short we will going to understand what industry is. First is economic activity that I need to highlight. Second is production of goods, extraction of mineral or the provision of services. So industry refers to the economic activity which is producing a good, providing you the services or extracting you any natural thing or minerals. Now for example, production of good, we can say that we are making a shirt, so it comes under the textile industry. You are getting the telecommunication service like Geo, Airtel, so these are the providing you the services. Extraction of mineral, we are extracting rare earth elements. This is the these all three are the example of the different industries. Now for example, your mother is making a shirt for you. Now that is not an industry. Why? Although what we are doing, we are producing a good, or we can say we are converting a raw material into a finished product, but this is not resulting in any of the economic activity. Means any sort of work, any sort of industry which is producing good, mineral or services should impact or should generally showcase any sort of economic activity. There should be exchange of economy in that, either rise or fall. So that's why economic activity term is very important. Now classification of industry on the basis of raw material, we classify size, and third is ownership. Now on the basis of raw material means what type of raw material we are using. If we are using plant and animal based raw material or product, we call it agro based industry. For example, food processing, dairy product, cotton textile industries. Why cotton textile? Because we are using cotton as a raw material. So that is a plant based product. Now mineral based industry. Industries that use mineral ore as their raw material, then this is termed as the mineral based industry. For example, in steel industry, so we are making steel or we are making aluminium from the different minerals. Now marine based industry, these industry use product from sea and oceans as raw material like seafood, fish oil and so on. Forest based industry, these industry utilize forest produce as raw material. When we are using forest produce as raw material, we call it forest based industry. Don't get confused between agro based industry and forest based industry. Now on the basis of size we can categorize large scale and small scale. Large scale will use large amount of capital, huge amount of raw material and technology, and hence the produce will also be more. For example, iron and steel industry and automobile industry. Now we talk about the small scale industry. Now this consists of less capital and technology like cottage and household industries. These are the small scale industry like basket weaving, silk weaving, pottery and other handicraft work. Now on the basis of ownership, we will going to classify the industry. Private sector industry, these industries are owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. So owned and operated by private people. For example, Tata Iron and Steel Industry, Jamshedpur. Now public sector industry. These industries are owned and now these industries are owned and operated by the government. For example, Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. So this is the example. Now joint sector industries. Joint sector industries means which are owned and operated by state, an individual or a group of individual. Means government is also here the stakeholder as well as the private people. So Maruti Udyog Limited is a example. Now cooperative sector industries. These industries are owned and operated by producer or suppliers of raw material, workers or both. So cooperative sector industries are like, for example, if there are a group of people, now these are supplying the raw material. Okay, so these suppliers will be the owner, or the workers who are working under it, they will be holding the shares or stakeholder. So when such group of people come together and form the society, or then this particular society will going to we called as cooperative sector industry, like Amul, Anand Milk Union Limited is the cooperative sector industry. Now, factor affecting location of industry. Raw material. It is very much necessary that raw material should be available around the industry only, because if we are getting the raw material from the very far area, then of course the time will going to also to increase, and the money, the procurement cost will also going to increase. Land area. Land should be easily accessible and should be in align with the industry. Water, as you know, water is required very much for the industry, because we use water for different industry, different work. In the Tata Steel and or the minerals sort of work we require large amount of water. Labor. More the skilled labor, more the productivity, or we can say that the more the growth of the industry. Power. We need power. Power means here electricity. Capital. We need capital in order to purchase machines. Transport. Obviously, transportation should be good, and here transport means linking. If your industry is very much linked with the very good highways, then its connectivity will be more, or we can say that our goods will also going to be sell faster. And if we are living in a very area where the connectivity is not good, so uh, the goods which we are producing, they will not be sell very easily. What is industrial region? Industrial region emerges when a number of industries locate close to each other and share the benefit of their closeness. Now, for example, Delhi region, Mumbai region, Bangalore region, Calcutta region, then these are the industrial regions. And we are talking in the perspective of country India only. If we talk about the world, Eastern North America, Western and Central Europe, Eastern Asia, this side, the Southeast China side, Taiwan, the semiconductor manufacturer or hub of the semiconductor manufacturer, the Malaysia, Thailand, Bangkok, these all are this area. This area is providing you the services, very good services. So this is service industry. Now, such areas are usually located in temperate area near seaport and coal field. We will discuss it later. Huh? So now what is industrial region? For example, if we talk about Bangalore, we are seeing that near the Bangalore region, many of the new industries are emerging there. And these new industries are also sharing their ideas, sharing their thought processes and resources, which is helping to grow all these industries mutually. For example, if there are two industries A and B, it might be possible that A industry will act as a raw material for the industry B. So this is their benefit of closeness. Or we can say that B is a manufacturing industry, then A industry will be acting as a service industry. They will be supporting the industry B in their output like sources, for example, help in advertisement, then the all the call center work and the company management. This can be done by the company or the industry A. Now, why areas are located in the temperate area? See, the harsh climate can somehow affect the functioning of the industry, because here we are not only talking about the machines and all other factors, we are also talking about the labor. So it is very much important. If the temperate area is there, then the labor will be going to work very efficiently. Apart from that, we have seen that in harsh climate the population is very low. So in the temperate areas the population is high, so that we can generally sell, or we can generally promote our output or the goods and services. Near seaport and coal fields. Why? Coal is an important raw material that is required by all the industries, so that's why coal is important. And seaport helps in connectivity. As you know, waterway is the cheapest medium mode of transportation, sorry. So through waterways we can connect with major hubs of the industries, and thus help in the easy transportation of the goods and other resources. So that's all that we have discussed in this chapter, industries. Thank you for watching.